Right, Pooja Shali, my colleague, joins us from Ujjain. Supriya Bharadwaj is reporting live from Jabalpur. Let me get you in first, Pooja. There were some glitches that you reported earlier. Is the election process now smooth? Has those EVMs been reported? And give us a general sense on how important Ujjain is. This is a citadel for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Ankit, it is a fantastic number of crowd that I now see in Ujjain. I've been to several polling stations and it is breath of fresh air to see so many people turning up. I'm at this polling station, and remember the last one, like you correctly pointed out, I was at the one where the electronic voting machine had malfunctioned. People were beginning to get angry, but they refused to budge. We are now being told it has been restored and polling has resumed as well. But here also they have been standing for the past 2 hours. Here their issue is why the delay? Why is the voting process so slow? But at least hundreds of people, and I see a packed polling station. Sir, आप मुझे बताइए, आप जाने ही वाले हैं अभी, बस खड़े हैं दरवाजे पे, पर कितने बजे आप आए थे, कब से खड़े हैं?
हम 8:15 बजे का आए हुए हैं।
8:15, यानी 2 घंटे होने को आए
जी, और अभी तक नंबर नहीं आया है।
तो ये क्यों इतना धीरे?
ड्यूटी पे अलग जाना है।
ड्यूटी पे जाएंगे इसके बाद? किसी ने बताया इतना लेट क्यों जा रहे हैं?
नहीं, ऐसा
क्या हो रहा है?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं बता रहा है।
सुननी पड़ती है उनको, लेडीज को आधी को सुननी पड़ती है वो।
तो आप भी आए हुए हैं 8
मैं 9 बजे के लगभग आया।
9 बजे से. So this is the mood of Ujjain. It is Mahakal Nagri. The bigger candidates are in Bhopal, Indore, Chhindwara, but it is also about the manner in which politicians ensure their visits to Ujjain. BJP has been here for 3 tenures, but will it return? We'll wait and watch. It is all about development, they say, that they are voting for, but they are willing to wait for 2 hours and stand in queue. So let's hope at least Ujjain reports a fair number. Back to you, Ankit.
All right, Pooja, stay on with me. In fact, Maushmi Singh is also joining us from Gwalior. Maushmi, coming to you. Jyotiraditya Scindia, key face of the Congress party. Many, in fact, are putting their bets on him to be the next chief minister. He is expected to vote where you are. Just give us a sense of what is happening around you.
See, let us understand, Ankit, that Gwalior-Chambal region is very critical for the Congress to actually perform better. The Congress did garner about 14 seats, 12 almost, and that's not really good because this is actually the core constituency of the Scindia family. Jyotiraditya Scindia is supposed to cast his vote at this AMI Shishu Mandir polling station at about 10:30. Now he's flying down from Delhi. We saw visuals of Kamal Nath early in the morning. He had come out and he was up and awake trying to tell voters to come out and vote. So it is interesting, because Congress has been accused of factionalism, and the question really is that has the Congress been able to put up a united front? Now importantly, the entire region has been a hotbed of caste politics also, and that is actually looming large over the entire election season, because on the 2nd of April there was a deep divide and there were protests that were witnessed in Gwalior, and we have seen a reflection of it in ticket distribution as well. Let's take a quick reaction from voters who are standing in queue. Madam, वोट डालने आई हैं, पूरा परिवार आया है?
पूरा परिवार आया है
जी। सुबह तड़के मैंने देखा ग्वालियर के वोटर बहुत जागरूक हैं। और youth voters भी है यहाँ पे. You all have come out to vote. What is the youth thinking these days? What is playing on your mind?
We are supporting BJP.
No, you can't say any party.
See, what happened is we are voting to a candidate. We are not voting to the party right now, okay? So both the candidates are equally important and equally good. So let's see what turns up.
All right, and you made it a conscious point. I understand it's difficult getting up early in the morning. Made it a conscious point to vote early?
No, it's not a big thing.
So, are you first-time voters by any chance?
No.
A bit nervous.
I am first time.
You are first.
Yeah, I am first time.
Excited?
Yeah, very much.
So here you are.
Maushmi, and a very important fact that you were pointing out, I will in fact go to our guest on that, but before I do that, let me also get in a quick word in from Supriya Bharadwaj joining us from Jabalpur. Supriya, what has been the polling percentage till now, because it's more than 2 hours that the polling, in fact voting started in Jabalpur as well. Just give us a sense of the number of people, those who are coming in to cast their vote.
Well, as far as the number of people in this entire area is concerned, we have been seeing since morning that there have been long queues. Well, Ankit, just now BJP's Madhya Pradesh chief, Mr. Rakesh Singh, along with his entire family, has reached here where we are. This is a polling booth in Jabalpur. All the leaders in Madhya Pradesh, it's really interesting. They have casted their vote and they're saying that now they'll be going all out into the various constituencies in the area. He's really upbeat. When we ask about whether the EVMs are faulty, because Mr. Kamal Nath, who also comes from Mahakoshal, Jabalpur is also part of Mahakoshal, and this entire area has turned into a battle of prestige. And the impact from this very area will be also felt in Malwa, Nimra, as well as Vindhya, and the certain areas up till Bhopal is what we are hearing, the entire Narmada belt. So he replied that EVMs are not faulty and Congress is actually looking for an excuse. It's a massive fight, it's a bitter fight. The Congress has put out a better campaign is what we are hearing from the voters at the ground. And certainly as far as this entire battle is concerned, it is just a pre-run to what we can expect in 2019 Lok Sabha polls.
That's right. You know, Manisha, very interestingly, when Moshmi was telling us about Jyotiraditya Scindia, one criticism that Jyotiraditya Scindia has repeatedly faced, that he runs to Delhi the first opportunity he gets. Today also on the voting day, he is flying in from Delhi, will cast his vote. On the other hand, Kamal Nath has camped in Madhya Pradesh, has been actively, in fact, taking the lead in making sure that the campaign runs the way it should.
So Kamal Nath is an established ilake ka neta. As I told you, when I go to Jabalpur, I find that even in the city that's close to where Chhindwara is in the region, people are identified as Kamal Nath ka admi, and that's that's when the Congress has been out of power for 15 long years. The real comparison of Jyotiraditya Scindia is with Sachin Pilot in Rajasthan, and I do find Jyotiraditya Scindia wanting there. You know, he appears very confident, but he doesn't appear as grounded as Sachin Pilot does, and he must be seen to act in tandem. But these are comments that we can make as observers of politics from outside of the arenas of party politics. What happens within fortresses of politics, who's favorite and who wants to do what, if that is what leadership is projected on, then we don't know what the future has in store for Jyotiraditya Scindia. Maybe he does less and can get a lot more. But the fact is that the groundswell of opinion, in the manner in which it can be seen with Sachin Pilot, doesn't seem to be moving with Jyotiraditya Scindia.
That's a fair comparison, Judge. Sachin Pilot, also a young leader, has a very heavy surname like Jyotiraditya Scindia himself. But the fact remains that this does give Kamal Nath an edge within the Congress affairs, isn't it? He has been grounded. Jyotiraditya Scindia has largely campaigned in his stronghold, whereas Kamal Nath has gone across largely in the state as well.
See, one thing we needn't forget is that Mr. Kamal Nath is now the PCC chief. Therefore, he has much greater responsibility than Scindia. Sachin Pilot also used to operate from Delhi till he was appointed the PCC chief. It was only after he was made the state chief that he's now based himself out of Jaipur and really worked his socks off. He's worked very hard. There's absolutely no denying that. Yes, for Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, he needs to build on his local connect. He needs to spend a lot more time in Madhya Pradesh. Perhaps now that it's clear that it will be Kamal Nath, Jyotiraditya Scindia sees in the immediate future a greater thing going for him in Delhi, and that's why he's concentrating here. Yes, Scindia needs to concentrate and needs to work on his local connect, because given the fact that he comes from a royalty background, there will always be this question mark that he's not accessible enough or that he's not humble enough. But these are things that he needs to work on. Public perceptions are deeply embedded. He needs to work twice as hard to change those things.
All right, Sharad Pradhan, the BJP largely attacks the Congress on the whole dynasty rule, where they say that only the people from within the Congress families are in fact given priority in the Congress. At least in Madhya Pradesh, that seems to be the same with the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. For example, take the seat in Indore, where the fight was between the son of Sumitra Mahajan and Kailash Vijayvargiya. Akash Vijayvargiya is fighting Indore 3 seat. There are others from influential names, those who are fighting the election as well. Not much talked about, but both the parties seem to be on the same plank when it comes to the dynasty rule.
As a matter of fact, this has become a very old story across the country and across parties. You find dynasties after dynasties getting into the political regime, and no party is an exception. Yes, BJP has this typical RSS strategy of, you know, raising a bogey against somebody, and over the recent past it has been largely against Rahul Gandhi and his family. So they find it very convenient to go on whipping the old horse and hoping that it may work. You know, BJP's strategy has for a long time been, and even by getting away with even with lies, by hammering on, going on hammering over one particular thing, and which is what they are doing here also. And it's, but I think as you know, awareness and education is growing among people, the common man is beginning to understand the facade that they create and the way they come out with lies and half-truths to make people believe that. But yes, there is no doubt that even Congress leaders commit a lot of faux pas, which, for instance, which Modi was heard using, was Raj Babbar's statements in absolutely uncalled for reference to Modi's mother, and in relation to the demonetization, and it was certainly not at all warranted, and which is what Modi used, and Modi is too good at that. You can't play in play of words, you can't win him. And so you know, even Modi often talks about dynasty, and again half-truths, like he said that nobody has ever been the president of the Congress party outside the family.
Okay, you know, Manisha, very interesting also is the fact that unlike Chhattisgarh, where the contest traditionally has been very close, 0.7% the difference between both the BJP and the Congress in Chhattisgarh, you don't need a wave, in fact, to overcome that. But in Madhya Pradesh, the difference was 9% last time. For the Congress to swing it, will it be just on, you know, relying on the double anti-incumbency, or what are the key issues that you believe are going to swing this election if it has to go, you know, for the Congress party?
So a pan-state issue, which they do seem to have in the form of farmer and rural distress. So that could be one, and very important at that. The second big would be to focus on regions. Malwa is extremely important, Mahakoshal is extremely important, and lastly I would say that in the region that you've just named, the Gwalior area, the Chambal area, there the BSP pushed them to third position in many of the contests. So that's the place where they really need to watch out for triangular contests. I still feel that had that alliance been stitched together with Mayawati, it would at this point have been a sweep perhaps for the Congress party. So these are the things to watch out for, and therefore if the Congress were to not do well, I would think that the factors then would be a pan-state appeal of Shivraj Singh Chouhan and a triangular contest in this region that could swing it in favor of BJP if that were to happen. But at this point of time, remember, each contest is a contest, evenly poised, but in Madhya Pradesh, regions will play a very important role in how the pan-state verdict plays out.
And Javed, you know, when in fact I was traveling to Madhya Pradesh, other important issue that I felt across regions was unemployment. This is something where both the Modi government and the Shivraj Singh Chouhan government have been found wanting. The promises were made. Even in this manifesto, once again, Shivraj Singh Chouhan is talking about 2 crore employment in the next 5 years. This is something that the BJP also realizes could hit them hard, because there are more than 9 lakh first-time young voters, those who will be exercising their franchise in this election.
Yes, they are considerably worried about this. In fact, in Rajasthan, they've just released their manifesto. They've promised a dole for the unemployed. So they do realize that unemployment, especially amongst the youth, is a huge issue to contend with, as also is farmers' loans. And the Congress appears to have hit, the Congress believes that their game changer will be the promise of waiving off of farm loans. And that's why Rahul Gandhi now, after speech, he says, look, we did it in Karnataka, we did it in Punjab. The moment we come back, within 10 days of forming the government, we are going to waive off loans. Whether this will ultimately prove to be the game changer, we don't know. But if you travel in the countryside, you speak to farmers, this is something that they are looking forward to. There are reports from more than one source of farmers withholding payment of loans, waiting for a change in government, which they hope will, once it comes to power, will make good on its promise of waiving off loans.
The only difference I find in Shivraj Singh Chouhan, the man who anticipated issues, is the fact that up until a year and a half ago, his main concentration was on Tirth Yatra for Vrids, as he said, Burjurgon ko, Mahilaon ko. So he was targeting vote pockets across the caste, he was perhaps not anticipating these issues. For example, why wasn't he talking of farmers or unemployment 2 years ahead of this election? So in a sense, he is now tailgating issues. He is not fighting these issues from the front line.
Look,
so
one,
he is today saying, I will provide it in the future if I win.
But let me
even if he had spoken of farmers, it would have carried very little conviction especially at a time when, you know, farmers have died at the hands of this government in police firings.
But Sharad, also Shivraj Singh Chouhan, to his credit, and that is something that he talks about more often, schemes like Bhavantar, in which he is his claim to be giving farmers the difference of the MSP and the market price. That is something that many farmers, according to him, have benefited as well. There is a lot of talk about this farmer distress. Is this the only deciding factor? Madhya Pradesh largely rural, but with Shivraj Singh Chouhan's Bhavantar and other schemes, has he been able to answer his critiques in some way as far as this goes?
No, as far as the farmers are concerned, I don't think they've been able to really address their entire issue, because this not getting remunerative price for their produce is a pan-India problem. But Shivraj Chouhan's focus has, though he might have been claiming, but there's very little that he has been able to do, and that too towards the end of the show. What he could have approached earlier, his focus was more on other schemes of the BJP government, which he's been highlighting, like the Ladli scheme for providing financial assistance to young girls to study, and a lot of which is taken has been imbibed from Uttar Pradesh, where Akhilesh Yadav had incidentally launched some of these schemes. Likewise, now he is banking on several schemes of the government of India, which he has been focusing on very heavily, and hoping that he would be able to reap a harvest out of that. But I think his focus has certainly been on issues, not so much on caste issues,
right?
Which one had expected.
Interestingly, I was there in Bhopal when the BJP manifesto was released. From cycle last year to a scooty for girls, in this election, from a mobile phone in the last election to a laptop this election. So a lot of doles as far as the Shivraj Singh Chouhan government is concerned have been promised in their elections. Are these SOPs, as traditionally we have seen in south of India, they do play a very important role in swinging the voters? Is it going to work in Madhya Pradesh as well? We'll have to wait till 11 December for that answer.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.